Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Barno. Hope you're doing fantastically well. This is an instant match reaction to Arsenal winning the league for the 25-26 season, confirmed tonight after Manchester City have become short at Bournemouth. They needed a win, they've got a 1-1 draw, and it confirms Arsenal as champions tonight. And that Premier League trophy will be going from Anfield now to the Emirates within London. Now before we dive into this video, now Arsenal have been confirmed champions, there's going to be a lot of talk saying, well, they've been helped by the referees, their set pieces, it's a PGMOL title. There's going to be an excuse train coming out why they should not have won the league. Putting that aside, at the end of the day, credit and bravado where it's due. There's 20 teams in the Premier League. Whoever finishes top at the end of the season wins the Premier League trophy. Arsenal have gone and done that this season. We was there maybe 2-3 months ago thinking they was already going to win it because they were 9-12 points clear. Manchester City, once again, second half of the season run where they dig in deep with the mentality, the fantastic performances on the pitch, and get goals when they need it most. They chased Arsenal down almost to the very ragged edge. Tonight we was expecting, hopefully, City would have won, and then we get to see a final day shootout where Arsenal would have played Palace, and everyone would have hoped, most of the fan bases out there, would have hoped Crystal Palace would have done the unthinkable and beaten Arsenal. But we won't see that now, so let's kind of break down Arsenal's season. Now, the whole team itself has been good, but what's outshone with Arsenal and what's done better for them, it's actually won them the title, you could say, is the defence. It's the back four, it's David Raya in goal. They have had a world-class, exceptional season in defence. Gabriel, a leader, comes up with big goals when needed on them set pieces with his headers. Also captain's mentality as well. He's been a leader in that Arsenal dressing room all season. Led them lads to a title. Saliba next to him, I wouldn't say he's as good as Gabriel. Still a top tier solid defender, but I think Gabriel is the main centre back within Arsenal's back line. Then you kind of move on to the fullbacks. Hincapié coming in on loan, now getting bought out fully on a full contract. He's been excellent, can't fault the fella. Rotate a little bit with Calafiori. Calafiori's had decent performances. But then again, you have to move it to right back. Obviously, they've had to switch with Ben White as of recent. But Yuri Timber, who unfortunately at the minute is injured, he's right back of the season for me by far. He has been brilliant in offence and defence on the Arsenal right channel. Every time he drives forward, always puts a good cross into the box, and defensively as well. He wins so many tackles and possession back per match. Unbelievable fullback. Probably will see him at the World Cup now when he recovers from his injury. And then you kind of have to move it into the defensive midfield positions. Declan Rice. What a football player once again he's been for Arsenal this season. Defensively and going forward, he's an all-round complete midfielder. Scores you goals, but can put in a last-ditch challenge from behind when needed to stop a goal going in the net. And then the main one you could say, who's in for a player this season nominee now as well, which a lot of people are debating it, whether it's him or Bruno Fernandes, it is David Raya. Golden Glove Award this season, once again, so many clean sheets, makes so many vital shot-stopping saves for Arsenal this season. A major one being where he palmed it on the line against Chelsea. And also his ball distribution. He's one of the best ball-playing to feet goalkeepers within the Premier League, and Arteta's used him to his best once again, as we've full well seen. So when you kind of move it into Arsenal's attack, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Saka, they've been good. But I don't think I would say they've been world class. Saka's been okay, but he's had injuries here and there. Martinelli, I think, in front of goal could be a little bit more clinical, you could say. I think he gets too many chances. Eze in that attacking midfield position, he's had good moments. He's had a brilliant couple times in North London derby this season. Obviously, that's an advantage as well with Arsenal this season. They've won the league and done the double over Spurs in North London derby. That's always a brilliant thing for them. Odegaard's had his good games. And then you move it down to Victor Gyökeres. Arsenal needed to go get a big centre forward within the summer window. And they brought in Victor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon. Now, instantly, people jump straight on the fact of, well, his numbers this season aren't what they are at Sporting. That's two different leagues, and he's slowly adapting to what the Premier League is, which is, it's a bit more physical, it's a bit more fast-paced. Still very similar to what the Portuguese league is, physicality and pace, but he's slowly adapting to the Premier League very well. I think with Arteta, he's finding the best ways to use him, but I don't think he's got the best out of him yet. But he's a good centre forward to watch. He's big, he's physical. You throw a long ball down the channel, he'll go 1-1 with the defender, shoulder barge in, back up into him, try and hold up the ball, lay a pass off, progressive passes. And his finishing ability as well has not been too bad. I've seen some of his penalties this season. got a bit of shot power in a minute. He's got a bit of shot power in that boot of his. So I think next season we might see a lot more better stats from him. But I wouldn't say he's had a bad season. He's been a flop for Arsenal. But I mean, the major thing also as well with Arsenal this season, which a lot of people don't really like to talk about too much, is the fact of how they've mastered the set pieces. Now, this causes instant controversy for a lot of people, and not many people agree with what set piece they've come up with this season or pioneered from the training pitch. Now, it's kind of what I call the rugby scrum, where the corner's about to be taken, they take the corner, and then everyone's in that 6-yard box, and it's almost like a massive ruckus. The keeper's kind of like not knowing what to do. His arms are flapping around. He's kind of almost like stuck. Everyone's barging, shoving. It's like being in a mosh pit inside the 6-yard box. And so many times this season, that has completely worked. And obviously there's been situations where they're saying, well, that should have been a foul and the goal's already stood. Like, it's caused a lot of problems, but they've found a way to use set pieces to their advantage. I mean, 18, 19, 20 goals from corners and free kicks this season. Credit where it's due. They found a way to score goals and win games. At the end of the day, if that's what works for them, you have to use it to your advantage, and every other team's been copying it this season. You know, I support Liverpool. I think we had a small period where we used set pieces to our advantage, so you can't really fault Arsenal for it, as much as it is very painful and frustrating to watch that they do it every single time, and also you're almost swearing at the telly going, oh, he's done it again, they're crowding the keeper, how's that not a foul on the keeper and whatnot. They've done it to their best advantage, so credit where it's due. They are masters of the set piece and also the throw-ins as well. I did see some other stats. They was taking a minute on corners when they were 1-0 up. But at the end of the day, they're not getting penalised for it, and the referees and PGMOL are not clamping down on it. So use what you can use to your advantage to go and win you football matches. It's how it works sometimes. You know, there's been certain games where Arsenal have not been at their best performance-wise on the football field, but you still get the result. And that is what wins you titles. I mean, what else you talk about with Arsenal? The fact that they can now go out there and do a double. You know, they got the Champions League final. A lot of people already criticising when they've had the easiest run to the final ever. At the end of the day, they're in Champions League final. They got a chance to win the UCL silverware against PSG on May the 30th. Personally, for me, I do think PSG win the match. But I'm not discrediting Arsenal. You just never ever know. Anything can happen on the night in Budapest. But as a lot of people are going to hate to see Arsenal win the league, you've got to give credit to them. You know, they've waited a very, very long time for this, 22 years to be precise. And a lot of people this season were hoping the bottle would have happened again, which has happened for the last 2 or 3 years. I thought it might have happened when Manchester City scored a last-minute penalty at Anfield against us with Erling Haaland. I thought Arsenal were a little bit worried here. They know that big blue shark of City is going to be coming after them again. Next season, that could change whoever wins the title and who's in the title race, because City, well, they've got a new manager coming in now. Guardiola finally announcing he's leaving, with Maresca now going in. So I'm not sure with Man City now whether they'll be up there next season. So same with Arsenal, you know, when people go straight into title defence. Like Liverpool this season, we were favourites to go and win the title. We spent 450 million quid, 500 million pounds on a team you would have thought on paper would have won the title. We won 5 in our first 5. Look how bad we've been this season. Can't really call it now whether Arsenal might drop off or they won't defend the title next season. I feel like now they've gone and done it, there's a bit of a breathing sort of space, because the last couple of seasons have been a bit sad, frustrating for the fans. You know, they kind of got right to the edge, the last hurdle, then kind of crumbled at the last possible second and lose out to Manchester City. I feel like there's a deep breath, there's a bit of relaxation involved now. You know, they can probably go enjoy the UCL final. I know they will want to win that final, but they can go and enjoy it a little bit now. The league's completely done. The Palace game now on Sunday, I think a lot of rotation involved. You don't really need to play the first team against Palace. Titles there, said and done. So, credit to Arsenal. They've won the league. And you just have to say fair play to them. As much as I was very much for City winning the league, I must be slightly a little bit biased for once. Obviously, because Liverpool and City have had some incredible battles over the last few years battling for that league. Arsenal have finally gone against the odds and gone out there and done it this season, and it's majorly their defence that's gone out there and done it. The back four has been fantastic. You can name a few of their players in the team of the season, Player of the Year awards. Fair play to them, man. They deserve it. So, well done to Arsenal. They won the league. Let's go see if they win the Champions League on May 30th, shall we? So So thank you for tuning in this video, people. Let me know what your thoughts are of Arsenal winning the league in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you on another video very, very soon.